Before you go create another lead magnet from scratch, I want to show you how I would take one PLR blog post and turn it into this 5-page lead magnet using ChatGPT and Canva. The PLR post I'm using in this tutorial is called "You Can Want More Without Blowing Up Your Entire Life." This is a good post to use because the idea is specific. It's not just be more productive. It speaks to a real feeling, wanting something more, but not wanting your whole life to fall apart while you figure it out. And that kind of emotional idea makes a stronger lead magnet because people are not just downloading information. They are downloading help with something they actually are feeling. So what is PLR? This is just a quick explanation if you are new to it. PLR stands for private label rights. You may also hear it called done for you content. It's basically content you can purchase that you can edit, customize, rebrand, and repurpose as your own depending on the seller's license. So some examples of PLR content would be blog posts, emails, workbooks, and printables. So PLR might come as blog posts, emails, and workbooks. Instead of starting from a blank page, you already have a base to work from. But the problem is a lot of people buy PLR, then never actually use it. It sits in a folder and then they feel like they need to buy more content because they still don't know what to post, promote, or create. So today I'm going to show you a better way to use it. We're going to take one blog post, turn it into a lead magnet. To start off, I'm going to post the entire blog post into ChatGPT. You do not always need to paste the entire blog post. You can if you would like to. Just make sure you give AI enough context so it understands the message of the post. So we're over in ChatGPT. Since the post is a longer post, it made it into an attachment. So now on top of the copied and pasted post in ChatGPT, we are going to add this prompt. I'm giving you one PLR blog post titled "You Can Want More Without Blowing Up Your Entire Life." I want to turn this into a useful lead magnet, not just a summary of the post. The lead magnet should help someone who feels like they want more out of life but does not want to make dramatic, messy, overwhelming change. And we want the blog post as the source. And give me 5 specific lead magnet title ideas, the best lead magnet angle, who this is for, the specific problem it solves, the promise of the lead magnet, why someone would actually want to download it. Keep the tone warm, practical, encouraging, and not corporate. Remember, guys, the more detailed the prompt, the better result you're going to get. And we're just going to hit enter. And as it loads, the first prompt is not asking AI to write the whole lead magnet yet. I'm asking it to help me find the angle. This matters because the angle is what makes the difference between a lead magnet people ignore and a lead magnet people actually want. I would avoid anything too broad like reset workbook or maybe just like a personal guide or something like that, like stuff that's vague. Those don't sound nice. So you want it to be very specific. Okay, so here's what ChatGPT gave us. I did have a title picked out already in the beginning. I wanted it to be called the Tiny Next Step Map. That's just something I came up with that I liked. But now looking at what ChatGPT gave us, I kind of like these. So I might end up changing the title in Canva to one of these. I also like that it gave us what it thought was the best lead magnet angle, which I like myself. A gentle self-audit that helps someone figure out what more actually means for them, then choose one small life edit they can make without creating a crisis. We also have who this is for, the specific problem it solves, and also the promise of the lead magnet. In 15 to 20 minutes, you'll get clearer on what kind of more you're actually craving and identify one small doable change that can make your life feel more honest, breathable, and aligned. So this right here will be perfect actually on your landing page copy. That'll really draw people in. Okay, so the next step, now that we have the angle, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write the exact copy for the pages. This is the part you do not want to skip because an outline is not enough. We need the actual page copy. So now we are going to paste this prompt. You see it here in Google Docs. Feel free to screenshot if you like. Now we're going to tell GPT, now write the actual copy for a 5-page lead magnet called the Tiny Next Step Map. Use the blog post idea. You can want more without blowing up your entire life as the source. The goal of the lead magnet for each page, what I want exact copy for. And then I said, make it printable friendly, simple, specific, and actually useful. Do not make it sound like generic AI self-help. Keep it warm, clear, easy to use, and valuable. No fluff. And we're going to head back over to ChatGPT. It's already pasted in there, and I'm going to hit enter. So now ChatGPT is actually creating the foundation of our lead magnet for us. This is where we get the page titles, prompts, checklists, and words we can place inside Canva. So AI creates the draft, but you make it useful. AI can create the draft, but you still need to decide what stays, what gets cut, and what needs to sound more natural for your audience. Okay, so here's what ChatGPT gave us. And now we're going to take this and move it over into Canva. Okay, so we're in Canva. So instead of starting from a blank design, I'm going to search Canva templates. I would search terms like worksheet, workbook, planner, self-care, or journal, things like that. The goal is not to find the perfect template. The goal is to find a clean layout we can customize. So I'm going to look for something with clean pages, readable headings, boxes, and/or checklists, and enough space for people to write. Remember, when you're choosing a template, do not just pick the prettiest one. Pick one that actually works for a printable. So after scrolling through the Canva templates, this is the one I am going to use. It's about 6 pages, right? Yep. It's a self-care journal. It has a clean layout and boxes I can use that'll make it easier when I'm copying and pasting the text from ChatGPT. I also want to say, when you're looking for templates on Canva, it's so easy to go down a rabbit hole because they all look very nice. Just choose the one that is going to be most useful to your creation, that's going to make you a little bit faster, more efficient when you're creating. And I had to say this because I started going down a rabbit hole. Like, so many of these templates are so nice. I just had to like stop myself and just decide one to use for this video. So now that I have my template, let's start creating. I'm not going to go through every tiny design click in real time. As you can see, this part is sped up as I'm designing because that would make this video much longer than it needs to be. But I do want to show you the process and what I'm paying attention to as I build it. This is where the PLR and AI workflow starts to come together. The PLR gave us the original idea. AI helped us turn that idea into lead magnet copy. And now Canva is helping us package it into something people can actually download and use. For the cover, I kept the design simple. I want the title to be easy to understand right away, the tiny next step map. Also, you saw 2 different other covers. I usually duplicate cover pages with different design elements until I land on what sticks for me. And it doesn't take long, as I usually move pretty quickly, surprisingly. Once you start creating, you're going to get into a flow and get faster and better at creation. I didn't want the cover to be clever but confusing. A good lead magnet title should make someone quickly understand what they're getting and why it matters. The subtitle can do some of the explaining too. So instead of trying to make the title carry everything, I'm using the subtitle to explain that this is about naming what you want more of, protecting what already matters, and choosing one small step to try. For this particular freebie, I wanted to keep the design calm, simple, and easy to read. Since the topic is about wanting more without blowing up your life, I wouldn't make the design too loud or overwhelming. I did use soft neutral colors and some simple boxes with a few accents, but the exact design can also depend on your brand and your audience. As I build the inside pages, I'm thinking about the reader's journey more than the design. The first inside page needs to help them name what they want more of. That is the starting point because people often know they feel restless, stuck, or ready for something different, but they have not clearly named what that more actually is. So I want that page to feel easy to start. So I did just do the prompts instead of the prompts with the checklist that ChatGPT gave. And then on the next page, to slow them down and remind them that wanting more does not mean everything in their life is wrong. That part matters because the original PLR post is not about blowing everything up. It's about wanting more in a grounded way. So I'm making sure the freebie has space for what is already working, what they still care about, and what they don't want to lose. When I'm creating these pages, I'm also trying to leave enough writing room, This is one of the biggest things I look for with a freebie. A page can look really cute, but if there is nowhere to write or the prompts feel squeezed in, it's not going to feel useful. So I'm keeping the pages simple. I'd rather have fewer prompts with more space than a crowded page full of tiny text. So all of that to say, this is what makes the lead magnet more valuable. It's not just a pretty workbook. It's helping the reader make a decision. As I'm finishing the design, I'm checking a few things. Is the text readable? Is there enough space to write? Do the pages feel consistent? Does the freebie feel helpful without being overwhelming? And I'm also checking that the design matches the purpose. If this is supposed to feel calm and doable, I do not want the pages to feel chaotic. That keeps the freebie aligned with the audience who is actually downloading it. Then outside of the freebie, on your opt-in page, thank you page, email follow-up, blog post, or sales funnel, that is where you can guide people to your next offer. And now we have finished a lead magnet created from one PLR blog post, shaped with AI, and designed in Canva. This is the part I want you to notice. We did not start from zero. We used the PLR post for the core idea, AI to help structure and write the pages, and Canva to turn it into something polished and downloadable. That is the workflow. Take content you already have, pull out the strongest idea, turn it into something useful, and then use it to grow your email list. And if you're new to PLR or not new to PLR and want to try this method for yourself, I'll link one of my free PLR packs in the description below. Once your lead magnet is finished, you can just go ahead and download it as a PDF. You just go up here to share, click download, and the PDF is already selected for me, and just select download. Now this can become an email list freebie. I'm back on my Google Doc because we're going to go back into ChatGPT again because we need copy to promote our freebie. So here's the prompt I'm going to use. Write a promo copy for a lead magnet called the Tiny Next Step Map. It helps people figure out what they want more of without blowing up their entire life. Give me 2 short blog post CTAs, 5 Pinterest pin titles, simple landing page copy, thank you message for after someone downloads. Keep it warm, specific, and click-worthy. So I'm just going to copy that, and we're going to go over to ChatGPT. Okay, so now we have our short blog post CTAs, our Pinterest pin titles, landing page copy, the thank you message. So AI has made this like so much easier than just sitting and looking at a blank screen trying to figure out what to say, how to make it sound good. Feel free to copy and paste any AI prompts I used in this video. And now that you have the copy, you can actually share your lead magnet. You can use the blog CTA inside a related post, or you can use the Pinterest pin titles to send traffic to the opt-in landing page. This is the PLR workflow to use when you have PLR in folders that's just been sitting. This is how you get use out of them. The goal is not to collect more content to just let sit in a folder. The goal is to actually use the content. One blog post can become a lead magnet, an email, a Pinterest campaign, a mini product, or a piece of content that brings people into your world. So if you already have PLR sitting in a folder, pick one blog post and ask AI, what useful lead magnet can this become? Okay, and that's it, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed this tutorial. If it was helpful, please give me a follow and a thumbs up. Subscribe for more simple AI, Canva, PLR, and just digital product tutorials. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.